I want you to take a look at this. In this beautiful video, the majestic expertise of authentic masters of marble carving is shown. The full-size replica, entirely hand-carved, of the Apollo and Daphne by Lorenzo Bernini is here recreated as in the most traditional technique. Okay. Right. Sort it out. So I presume, right, just doing it in clay and wax, different level first. How's that hand? That's well traditional, eh? Look at that. I like traditional. Alright, I'm being picky, but... Hang on, mother of miss here. This hat. Right, too much clay marble scales it down. There's no fucking hand tools. Oof. No. Right. Okay, just want to show you this. This bust of Neferttiti is considered, according to these cats, one of the top 10 greatest works of art. So here is art-inspired artists, top 10 most famous sculptures from around the world. Got David, Rodin, I think, Rodin, sorry, Wing Victory. Mate, bust of Neferttiti. I can't play this anyway. Right, showing me that anyway. Okay, found in 1912 by Ludwig Borchardt. The limestone bust is estimated to have been created in 1345 BC. Credit is given for the sculptor to the sculptor Thutmose. It was found in his workshop in Amarna, Egypt. Nefertiti was the great royal wife of the Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten and has become a cultural icon of beauty in the art world. The stone has been well preserved for thousands of years, but what sets it apart even more so is that it is painted in layers of stucco plaster. This obviously helped in the level of preservation, but the concept that it was painted differently from other ancient portraits has raised questions about our understanding of ancient Egyptian art as a whole.
While most Egyptologists will agree that this is a 3,000-year-old piece of propaganda, there are dissenting voices. Serious doubts are beginning to emerge about the manner of the bust's discovery. There are those who would go even further in questioning not only the manner of the discovery, but whether it is in fact ancient at all. One man believes that the Neferttiti bust is a 20th century fake.
If you look at the bust, you can see a beautiful Edwardian lady done up in Egyptian makeup.
Paul Greenhaugh knows fakery. In 2007, he sold this Armana statue to a UK museum for a six-figure sum.
Wow.
What he didn't reveal was that he'd made it himself. Greenhaugh is a convicted forger. His work has fooled experts all around the world. He sees the hand of a faker all over the Neferttiti bust.
It's supposed to be the work of a master sculptor, but the technique says otherwise.
For Greenhaugh, what gives the game away is the layer of stucco plaster that covers the limestone core and forms the bust's most intricate features.
That's the work of, if not an amateur, then a second or third rate sculptor, and none of those would look for the pharaoh. You'd only have the best. That'd be like finding a Michelangelo sculpture in marble, and then you find out that the ears, the eyes, all the hands, the difficult parts are all made in stucco and added on. It just wouldn't be done.
And there is another inconsistency. Nefertiti's missing eye. The left socket is empty, while the right eye is made from an inlay of black wax and raw crystal. Greenhaugh believes that the right eye is genuinely ancient, sourced to make the bust look real.
It's a major point to its fakery because it's the kind of thing I've done myself, sourcing beads or pearls or whatever for in a piece.
Borhardt searched the area where the bust was discovered, offering a cash reward to anyone who could find the missing eye. It never was found. Greenhaugh believes it never existed.
It would be possible to source a quartzite eye, but to find a pair, well, that'd be very long odds.
Greenhaugh argues this is the only way to explain the empty socket. To ancient Egyptians, the eyes were a window to the soul, so representing the queen with one eye missing would be a shocking sign of disrespect. Finally, Greenhaugh thinks he knows why the forger picked Nefertiti and the Armana period.
If you're going to pick a period of Egyptian art to fake, the Armana period is really the best because the sculpture wasn't any more difficult than any other period, but it is the most valuable today to collectors and the rarest because it lasted such a short period of time. The damage on it is the major point of it being a later copy. It's something I've done myself, something I've seen on other fakes. It's quite obvious if you look at where it's damaged. The ears are damaged, so obviously it's been dropped left and right sides. The back of the head has been damaged, and most telling, the cobra on the conical cap is almost obliterated. To remove it, it would have taken off the nose, the brow ridges, and the chin. There's absolutely no damage to the face. The damage is selective, and that's a dead ringer for a fake.
If anyone's gonna know a fake, it's gonna be a faker, eh? I find that guy's whole story interesting. Paul Greenhaugh, the Bolton art forger. Just so you can like, there's a few stories about it. Oh, I just pulled it out. There's a few. Videos on him. They got nearly $1 million there, and his family, they like provided like provenance, you know, like fake, well not even fake, they buy a catalogue of an actual auction house from the 30s or 20s or whenever, and they get the catalogues and they'd see a description of an object and then he'd set about forging one, and then it gave it provenance to the piece. And I don't know, they just sold stuff cheap and people are greedy.
Take a look at these beautiful works of
They
art.
didn't spend
Just a few
much of the
pieces
money.
from a
They
vast
hardly
collection
spent any of the money.
of paintings, ancient stone carvings, and historical tablets, soon to be seen on display at the V&A
They
Museum.
lived on a Bolton council estate. Let's go, more qualifications. And fool the whole art world. I find the story amazing and fascinating.
Paul Greenhaugh, and incredibly, all in his garden shed. Matthew takes up the
In
story
his garden
of
shed.
one of the most prolific forgers in history.
His mum and dad were like helping him sell them, like these old pensioners in wheelchair and that. And they said his wife had his father-in-law owned an art gallery, and he punted paintings, sculptures, all sorts, Lowry's. Oh man, they did loads. There's still a load out there. All on a council estate in north of England. About 10 miles from where I'm from. No, about 20 miles from where I'm from. Not even that. Near 10 miles, eh? On the road.
Sean was a very good artist, but he wasn't getting the price that he felt he deserved for the artwork he was creating. He began copying and forging other people's artwork.
It's a fascinating story.
Sean
To make a film, I don't think they have.
to find items that were lost in history. He used everything from a Black & Decker drill to alabaster and Roman glass to create his masterpiece.
I'm sorry, I find it funny. I shouldn't, but I do.
At the bottom of his garden.
Because the people who bought it were greedy.
Works by Lowry, Moran, antiquities. He could create. He could turn his hand to anything. With a range of completed fakes, Sean was ready to make some money. Now all he needed was someone to sell them, and he didn't look far. Unbelievably, he chose his mother and father, even though they were both
Is that
pensioners.
Richard Baker's retail?
Was to
Right.
approach galleries and
Is that the
museums,
cork thing?
passing off the forgeries as family
Right,
heirs.
so I know that, boy.
But surely, no one would fall for
Going
that.
for the tabloids.
They hadn't counted on George, Sean's father, who had the gift of the gab.
Yeah.
This is very interesting. It was my granddad's originally, and I just thought it might be worth a bob or two. It's a very old piece. I think you might be pleasantly surprised.
And the stories became more and more elaborate. Later that year, his father George approached experts at Manchester University, claiming he'd found a piece of lost Saxon artwork. George
Should
created
make
a
it big
story
enough for you.
about the
What have I done? Oh, excuse me. Wait, I'll find it back for you people. Right, sorry. Okay, I'm going to start again.
Later that
What?
year, his father George approached experts at Manchester University, claiming he'd found a piece of lost Saxon artwork. George created a story about the piece, stating that inside was a piece of the true cross from Jerusalem on which Jesus had been crucified. But before a museum acquires a piece of artwork, it needs to be verified by a number of experts. The piece was examined by the museum, and they couldn't establish the
The
authenticity
audacity.
of the wood, and eventually it was decided it was a fake. Despite the Saxon artifact being uncovered as a forgery, they managed to flog it to a private dealer for £100. This first sale, however modest, would start a chain of events that would last 17 years and earn the Greenhaughs hundreds of thousands of pounds. The family began selling to some of the country's finest auction houses. Christie's and Bonhams were both contacted by the unlikely team as the fakes became more sophisticated. As Sean's forgeries became more advanced, so did the lies surrounding them. He began to buy old catalogues, old documents describing the items that were lost in history. He began to create the items from the descriptions in these catalogues. Over the next 4 years, the Greenhaughs sold scores of fakes. Then, in 2003, they pulled off their biggest coup yet. Sean's father managed to convince experts at Bolton Museum that a sculpture his son had knocked up in 3 weeks was in fact an ancient Egyptian artifact, the Amarna princess.
He claimed that he'd inherited it from his great-grandfather, who'd been a mill owner in Somerset, and that he in turn had bought it at a sale in the late 1890s.
After receiving a government grant, the museum paid them over £400,000 for the fake Armana princess. And not only did it manage to dupe 6 out of 7 of the world's experts, it also fooled thousands of visitors, including the Queen.
You can't get away from the fact that,
On your wizard.
fake or not, it was a very beautiful piece of statuary. And we had a lot of
Queen?
researchers and scholars come
Belter.
also, as well as visitors who just came as part
I
of the
didn't know
museum
that.
visit.
High on the success from the Egyptian princess, Sean then tried something even more audacious. He turned his hand to ornate Assyrian carvings, and he set his sights on one of the most prestigious institutions in the country, the British Museum.
He got a fucking bridle wrong or something. He fucked it.
A couple of years ago, I can't remember exactly.
The wheels come off here, boys.
Some of their work to the department. 3 big pieces of Assyrian sculpture arrived at the British Museum, and we all rushed down to have a look at them. The stone used to make the tablets wasn't from ancient Mesopotamia, but actually from a stonemason in Wiltshire, and carved by Sean in his shed. To reinforce their story, they purchased an old catalogue from 1892.
Go on.
In the catalogue, there were descriptions of 3 stone reliefs, and they recreated those reliefs based upon what was in the catalogue.
He's got it in
This
fucking
time, the
shed.
forgers were said to make $500,000. They must have thought they'd got away with it again, but they hadn't banked on expert Irving Finkel. Sometimes these sculptures have a kind of caption.
Got a hieroglyph wrong.
And the ancient Assyrian writing is a label underneath which tells you what it's about. And when I focused on the writing, that was the compelling thing, because there were 3 or 4 characteristics about this so-called ancient inscription which were very bizarre, and that meant that the whole sculpture was doubtful, and they were
After that.
In 2006, Scotland Yard's Art and Antiques Unit began to investigate the greenhouses. What they found was a record of numerous forgery allegations spanning back over 2 decades.
Fuck.
When we began
20
looking
years.
at the Greenhouse family, we found what appeared on the face of it to be a very normal family. But we then began to contact museums and auction houses throughout the country, and we identified that a number of them had already had dealings with the Greenhouse family. We had concerns about some of the items that they'd brought in. After a period of time, we began to realise that they were using a number of names, alias addresses, and they were actually running quite a sophisticated forgery operation. Within months, officers went to arrest Sean.
Bastard.
Greenhouse, for police officer for warrant searching purposes. Amazingly, although he had nearly £400,000 in his bank account, Sean was still sharing the same council house in Bolton with his parents.
What are you doing?
Good morning, madam. I'm a police officer. I have a search warrant to search your property for works of art and antiquities.
He ain't spending money.
Who is this? Your time is clear.
He went about the money with that.
Check out the wardrobe. There's nothing there for you. Who is this?
He had fuck all.
Appeared to have items of artwork or documentation which related to the artwork that they'd sold. It was an Aladdin's cave of evidence.
Sure.
That's
I
all.
want to ask you some questions about
Found that the evidence didn't buy out anything.
the Armana princess.
Throughout questioning, Sean and his parents maintained they'd inherited the artwork from various family members, and they were unaware they were fakes. As many of these people had died, it made it difficult to prove the case against them.
Exactly, go on.
If I can move on now to the Silverton Park catalogue.
The crucial turning point for the investigation for us was the finding of a receipt which indicated that the 1892 Silverton Park catalogue, which then said had been handed down to them by their great-grandfather, had in fact been purchased from a lady in Bristol in 1999.
Yeah,
On
bastard.
the 16th of November 2007, the 18-month investigation finally came to a close. Sean was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison.
4.5 years? They got the money back.
12-month suspended sentence. They were ordered to pay back £404,000 to Bolton Museum, Sotheby's, and the Henry Moore Institute.
Oh, big snobby
what
bastards.
was it all about? Was Sean's sole aim in life to make a mug of the art world's most respected experts?
Yep.
The clever thing about these people is they produce things that in a way we were looking for already. So when we saw it, we wanted to embrace
Yep,
this
green.
long-lost treasure. And then when we looked, we discovered them very clever and very crafty, and they nearly fought us, but they didn't quite.
Yeah, they did.
The Greenhaugh family appeared to believe that they could just carry on forging artwork, and they just didn't believe they'd get caught. There's no doubt that Sean was the most gifted and diverse art forger that we've ever dealt with.
Should have gone on the move, shouldn't
And
he?
when he eventually got caught, after 17 years, it was
Moved to
very
south of France or
satisfying.
something like that. That's what I'd have done. If I were him, south of France, fucking knocking them out.
What a tale. We've been poring over these all afternoon. They are absolutely beautiful, each in their own way, but how good are they as fakes?
They are absolutely stunning, and the reason the fraud was so convincing was the meticulous research. They researched everything.
He knows what to
The
do.
materials, first of all, the stone, the metal. This, for example, was supposed to be the first Roman silver ever found in the UK. He made it by melting down hundreds of Roman coins, just in case they dated and checked the authenticity of it. He also researched the paperwork, the history, which was crucial. They even researched the experts themselves, read everything they'd written, especially about
So they
lost
knew they
artwork
checking the shit
and
out.
inscriptions.
So they
then
knew
made
what
the
to.
art, wrote to the experts,
Like that guy
"Is this
said,
interesting?" And they would think,
the
"Bingo,
med stuff they were already fucking looking for.
I mean, he doubtless is a master craftsman. They are
Clever.
beautiful works of art.
Psychology
He
as
was not
well.
a master criminal. He made mistakes.
He made mistakes. Not everything was as good as the Armana Princess.
20 years. He had a good run though, didn't he?
Experts around the world.
I just found that
Serial
story
carvings, for
fascinating.
examples, they were tiny mistakes, but obvious mistakes. He had a detailed knowledge.
Look, bridals are wrong as well, apparently. It happens with the dead.
But that wasn't always enough.
I mentioned them being exhibited at the V&A.
Oh, even she's smiling.
Well, all of this stuff is going to be on exhibition at the V&A in London next month.
I hope the
It's
boy's
an
doing well for
exhibition
himself.
about art fraud. The bigger headache for the authorities
He's a
is
consultant and that on
getting the rest of the
programmes
stuff.
and
He
things,
was
I believe now.
prolific. He started this in 1989.
I think he does alright. I hope so anyway. Cause
And a lot of it's gone.
anyone who did that,
They think they've only found a third of everything actually made.
see, there's still 2/3 of his shit out there. Brilliant, eh?
Changes as well. Probably the most important is the setting up of a museum security group, and that's to share information amongst the
People who got money. Right, I can't find the picture of the sculpture I'm looking for, but I've come across this place. Right, I call this picture the smoking gun. It's the Bet Gabriel Raphael Church. Man, it was way too much work to dig this building out all the way. Let's just stop here. Look at the size of this thing. So, carve that. All that overhang. All that way in and inside there. Carve that. And then here, look. Carved all that. Perfectly straight. All the way down there. See how big the people are. An inch a person, say. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 30 foot, 40 foot. They carved that. That straight line all the way down. Crazy, eh? Looks like people looking though. Wise up first person I've seen. I think he started calling it, didn't he? What's really going on here? What's this thing? Look. Shows it from the top. Oh, it's crazy, eh? What are these things? Star forwarded. See it? This place is just... What? Crazy, eh? pause you again. Oh god, Kindle power. Sorry about this, people. I've got a kitten on top of the Kindle as well, pardon. This doesn't help. How did it, folks? Could it be? They must have refined it a lot better than these cats are doing it, but proving it's possible, aren't they? Proving something. But they're not proving, they don't prove any of this is rock cut or bullshit, innit? That's the picture I'm looking for. You're telling me they carved this by hand? How's that still running in the background? Wait a second, people. Sorry. Can't get too fast. Oh, I've got a train going by. Right, images like this statue make me doubt Stone Age technology was what we've been led to believe. Funny how one can't spell believe without lie smacking in the middle of this. It is. The next part to try and explain this idea would be the tech, which seems closest today, the almost embarrassingly budget 3D printing when compared with such amazing structures in sheer rock faces. Right, but it's this image here. What's this one? Right, okay. But this one. How the fuck? How the fuck did they carve that? How did they do that netting? Imagine one little mistake just as you're finishing off and tick, and you're, oh, fucked it. Did they have like patch it and stuff? Did they have a way of doing it? Because that's just sublime, innit? It's just fucking beautiful. Don't know what it's all about, but fuck me, it's fucking gorgeous to look at. What a thing. It's flawless. Then just the netting. How did they do that netting? Right, this vlog's going on long enough. Right, oh, stone statue. Marble carved. I just can't believe that someone's carved that by hand. With a hammer and chisels or whatever. And sandpaper and all that, like they used to use. The way it's polished, that has never lost its shine, I don't think. The stuff, like say we did it today, we'd have to polish it every 10 years. Their stuff doesn't need polishing. So there's something they did what we don't. It's just sublime. It's in Russia somewhere, I'm not sure where. But stone fisherman. But I think it's in Russia somewhere. I showed these places on a vlog I did earlier. Quite mad. Really mad. Not quite mad, really mad. But there was something there before I went there. Big things, just fucking parts of it left. From mud flood. There's an artist called Rachel Whiteread, and she used to fill houses with cement and then they'd take the house away and the cement inside a bit of some of it's like that, like where the gaps have been, stuff filled it in, but then you get other things like that, which has not been carved into rock, has it? It's from a building, parts of building. That place is mad. Look at that new shit we built today. 3D printed houses. Took 24 hours to build. Piece of shit. I showed that Mars flag as well. But look, I wonder what else is under there. I think a lot of stuff is petrified wood. Hang on. Here's a smoking gun. It is not being carved. It's being uncovered. Bloody stupor carved out of rock. Attack. Muslim. Afghanistan. Was the first picture. Look. Wow. What is that? You can't really tell how big that is, can you? It's good to have a person standing at the side of that. Look at the doorway. Why is it that shape? Again. That reminds me of a ship. I mean that on a ship, it's like just enough for a person, isn't it? And wider at the bottom. That's just familiar. Sort of teardroppy shape. Seen it a lot on a lot of this stuff. Unexplained leftovers. Look at that round arch up there, curving up there. The bottom right hand corner. It's just... Look. Oh man. What? What the fuck? Jesus man, what is that? Oh. Look at the whole place. The whole plateau of that. Because we're watching Wise Up, you got me looking at things totally different. Look. Totally been bullshit and lied to, haven't we? Someone knows, don't they? This must be from... They've not done that with fucking chisels and hammers, have they? Look at the wall there. It just looks like lath and plaster. And the wooden... That looks wood. Like a wooden roof. There's somewhere, I can't remember what it is, in Egypt. And it's a guy showing it and he says, look, they've even carved the stone, the ceiling in a wood effect pattern. They carved the stone in a wood effect pattern. I'm like, what? It was petrified wood that you could see it, and he said they carved it wood patterned. I wish I'd you recorded that. These inlets here, why would you carve them so precisely? They're just indoor and not. Why put them into the rock? They're not functional, they're decorative. It's something else, isn't it? I'd just love to be able to fucking know for sure what things are. Look at that. Holy fuck. See these things, what are they? The mud flood fucking remains? Are they dug these out of the mud? Like the fucking St. Petersburg and lots of cities and things like this survived because they knew we were fucking coming. Civilization's a bit ahead of us. Look at that, that's just mind blowing. And the red. Like, is that oxidized stone? Just brief moments where I understand it all. this planet refreshes itself every 300 years or so. So many people are saying that about 300 years. We're looking at multiple resets. The elites are building underground shelters and storing seeds to survive what's coming this time around. It's a Noah's Ark every time. Survive it, repopulate, you got 300 years. It's fucking food for thought. I don't know if this vlog's gone too long, but I'm going to put it up anyway, whether you watch it or not, I don't care, but you can, anyone who's interested, I'm glad, and I hope you go to these sites and see, and tell me what you think of it. It does seem, there's been a lot, I've seen a few cases of people writing in 300-year resets, with incidents in between, and maybe some of them times during resets, like, the civilization at the time have got wind of what's happening and learned how to harness it themselves and have tried using it to grab power off others, and misusing it too much has unbalanced things and caused these earthquakes and severe shit to happen, because there's been some really unexplained things. I'm trying to think of that island off the coast of Sicily, is it Messina, and there was an earthquake there in I want to say 08, I think it was 1908, and the American fleet, I think it was the Northwest Fleet, was just off the coast or in the area, and people had gunfires, there's paintings of people like who'd gone mad, supposedly because of the earthquake, something like 80% of the population wiped out. But on this site, there's a thread, and it shows like messages from the ship talking about burying the town and bombarding the town and just burying it and covering it in lime. It's really strange. You've got to look, there's a thread about it. But these places are just not what we get told, are they? Look at that. Oh my fucking god. Just, jeez, oh. How big was that? Look at this front bit here. What was there? And these troughs. And these cart tracks. But are they modern day? You don't look at they look stone. And pots were just slid down away. And set solid. Like say, I don't know, it's a bad analogy, but say you have a really mucky sink and you pull the plug out and it's pretty full of water and muck and slime and it's been left for a while, and you pull the plug out and it all drains away, and you leave it and it dries and gets really dry, what's left behind in the sink, it's set hard. Well, that's what I think's happening in places like this. These buildings high up and on bedrock and all that have acted as a filter and been underwater and pressure, and lots of different materials have gone through them, but like a high concentration of a particular one, in this case it's turned carbon into stone and mud rock or whatever you call it, I don't know, and other places have been dug out, have been buried in mud and set like mud and filled in, and then the things what it's made of, like say some parts are made out of metal, then around that metal the metal's disintegrated, but around the metal has become mud rock. There's both types, it's happening vice versa. It's happening both ways, and I think it's during the reset and plasma events that just like the magnetic charges that much that all extremes happen all at once, and it just fizzes and bubbles away. What's up goes down, what's down comes up, it's just, everything's topsy-turvy. Brian Austin Lamb, I think he's, I don't know, I'm into him, I like him, I like what he's, I don't like what he says, but I think he's onto something, he knows something, definitely. Seems like when Isaac looks at somewhere, he can just see things, it's fucking unreal. It's amazing. And Martin Ledker as well, he's fucking, last two vlogs he's done, well, they're all good, his vlogs, but last two of them have been fucking knocking stuff out of the ballpark. Right, I'm gonna go because this is too long and I'm afraid I'm scared of boring you. I probably already have. Cunts are already slitting the rest of it. Right, I'm away, right? Goodbye. Take care, y'all.